Okay, everybody, welcome back. I talked to Coach Ward earlier in the week, and here's an interview. His team starts action in a couple of weeks.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're enjoying tonight's game against Central. I'm talking to men's baseball coach John Ward. And Coach Ward, you got a very young team this year, I guess you could say, only about 5 or 6 upperclassmen. And as far as what to expect, you got a lot of possibilities, and you really have high expectations going into the season.
Scott, that's right. We certainly do. Our guys are fundamentally at this point, accepting the fact that we haven't been able to get outdoors, fundamentally at this point, we're way ahead of last year's team. Our guys have done a great job in preparing in the off-season, working on things that they were weak at that we discovered for them last year, and we just have much higher expectations than we had last year. If our pitching staff matures and comes along, we could be very, very competitive, and we certainly could compete in that top 4 slot in our league, which in the top 4 in our league, just about anyone can win it, I think.
Yeah, so the Iowa Conference could be up for grabs. As we take a look at the pitching, a lot of, as we said, a lot of maybe young pitchers, inexperienced. Who are you looking for there in your starting rotation, or talk a little bit about that situation?
Well, the pitching, I think, will be the key to the success for us this year. And while we're young, actually, Scott, we're not very inexperienced. All of these young men got a lot of pitches in, a lot of innings last year. We have 6 or 7 on this staff that'll get a lot of innings in. We'll try to cover them. We actually have in our first 6 pitchers, we have 3 lefties and 3 righties. The left-handed crew that we have include Kelly Barber, Trent Donnelly, and Jared Shasso, all 3 of which will be sophomores this year, but got a lot of innings in last year as freshmen. The 3 right-handers that we're expecting a lot in terms of returning they include Josh Beckman, Ben Applegate, and David Jesse. Now they'll be joined by a transfer young man, another right-handed thrower, Justin Clutter, who's actually a sophomore. Actually a freshman, transferred in after fall semester. We have another freshman young man, Jonathan Thicke, who's going to be an excellent player, position player as well, but this year we're expecting more from him as a pitcher. And we may throw, this guy was probably as effective record-wise, maybe more effective than anyone, but he's going to be so intricate to our defense. Devin Schwiesall was very effective last year as a right-hand pitcher, but we'll use him more in a closer role and in a very limited appearance as a pitcher because of his value to us as a middle infielder.
That's right, and you also have a player that was named, I guess, preseason All-American, sort of, in the Cooper.
Ben Cooper was selected by Collegiate Baseball and a couple other publications as one of the top 50 players in Division III baseball in America to look after, and we really do think a great deal of that is attributed to Ben's ability to swing that bat. He's about as natural a hitter as we have, but people might misunderstand what we mean by natural there. You only become natural when you work on a lot of the little things, and Ben has great work ethic when it comes to working at baseball in general. It used to be that he worked only on the hitting, and it shows because he swings the bat so well. He's a great 2-strike hitter. He's a great situational hitter. And we've got some other young men that will join in that fight and become good hitters. But Ben, the good thing about Ben Cooper is he's worked on a lot of the other little things in terms of fielding and arm and the things that he knows are weaknesses rather than his strengths. So we've been impressed with that. But there are a number of young men we expect to hit the ball very well. Crash Davis, a returning senior catcher. The other catcher, a sophomore catcher, Mike Dornick, I think is going to be an excellent hitter. We got a good hitting, left-handed hitting first baseman that's kind of been a streak hitter, but when he's hot, he's very tough to get out. That's Chris O'Brien. Excuse me. Devin Schwiesall has been an excellent hitter from time to time. Has a tendency to be a streak hitter as well. And then some of those pitchers are also going to be effective hitters. We'll use them in the outfield in some roles. Jared Shasso, we think, is going to be a good hitter. Josh Beckman, Kelly Barber. And then, of course, we have a sophomore speedster coming back by the name
Brent Mackey.
Brent Mackey is going to be an outstanding, excuse me, Scott, he's going to be an outstanding baseball player. There's very little doubt in my mind. He's going to own a lot of records in terms of stolen bases and maybe put out some batting average as well by the time he graduates.
And kind of interesting, when you look at your top 2 hitters, you might actually try to bunt quite a bit to get that leadoff runner on.
Well, we would never bunt, Scott. You can ask our guys. Sometimes they think that's one of the plays that we know best, I guess. We do try to put a lot of pressure on defenses. With Brent Mackey, we're so confident in his quickness and ability, as he's been told many times that he's now very much a believer in. If that young man gets the ball to roll or it bounces 3 times, better than 35% of the time, a 350 batting average he's going to have. And he pretty much put that to use the last half of the year last year. And he's not the only young man that we have those capabilities with. Several of the others, the Barbers, the Chassos, those people are also capable. Stephen Dick, another middle infielder, a junior middle infielder, has been very effective in handling bat in that situation. Our guys play a very unselfish, team-oriented, offensive style of baseball. It took us about a half to 2/3 of the year last year to teach that style, but boy, they've taken very, very well to it, Scott. We're so excited when I watch them in practice that we're having to do so much, so little coaching compared to last year. We're actually being able to develop and provide more chances for repetitions for just development and refining the skills that it's not even funny, it's fun.
Well, that's right, and you mentioned your team has not quite had a chance to get outside yet, but pretty soon the way it's looking, and actually you open up, I believe it's March 8th and 9th over in Lincoln, Nebraska.
That's correct. We haven't been outside one day yet. We say all of this, and yet you've got to go out and fill fly balls, and you got to fill ground balls off of dirt instead of off of a gym floor. But we do open up March the 8th at Nebraska, Wesleyan, and Lincoln, and we actually have a 3-game series that weekend. We play 1 on the 8th and we play 2 on the 9th, and weather as it is down there, a little warmer and a little more forgiving than here, I think there's a good chance we'll open up that weekend. We're hoping we do. We're also hoping between now and then that we can get outside and get a little work in sunshine and fly balls and things like that. But regardless, we're going to be better than we were last year when we opened up.
All right, Coach, so it looks like a very promising season for the baseball team. And again, looking to finish in the upper half of the conference, possibly even challenge for the title this year.
Well, I thank you for having us, Scott, and I think that those are very much possibilities.
All right, thanks, Coach Ward, for stopping by, and we'll be back after this.
Welcome to the big show. Scott Heinley and Brent Johnson with you for tonight's action, BV versus Central. We already saw the women won, Brent. Tonight, it'll be a chance for the men to wrap up sole possession of the conference title, and they'll be well on their way to a trip to March Madness. BV comes in 17-6, 11-3 in the conference. Central is tied for 7 in the conference at 6-8. And Brent, for BV, we have to shut down Brandon Hoke. He is averaging 17 points and 7 rebounds a game. Meanwhile, for BV, we're led by Nick Denlinger, who's coming off the Conference Player of the Week award last week. So, Brent, what are the keys to victory tonight?
Well, one of them you've already mentioned, Brandon Hock. We got to shut him down. 6'5" senior, scoring a lot of points, getting a lot of rebounds. Second, Central has to be big and physical inside. Jamie Wilson's leading the league right now in rebounds. They got to shut him down. And third, they have to come in also with confidence and poise. As we talked about earlier, in January, they won. They beat BV at home, so they got that on their side. For BV, payback. Once again, they got to pay back for that loss in January. Their outside shooting, Detlinger's got to pick it up. Smallback, all those guys got to pick it up. And rebounding, Jamie Wilson has to continue.
Okay, so it should be a good one. Again, BV's got to seek retribution for that loss in January against Central, and it's a chance to wrap up the conference title. So it's going to be a big one here tonight in Stevens Fieldhouse. So
I think we should quick make one comment that just said over there that Luther lost tonight to Loris.
Loris beat Luther for the women, so the women have automatically clinched the conference title.
If they go ahead and win tomorrow night.
Exactly. So that's the story here. Stay tuned for more big show action. Scott Henley and Brent Johnson will be here for the call of the game, so don't go anywhere. You got the best seat in the house. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're going to show you an interview with Coach Brian Van Haften right now. He talks about tonight's game against Central.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're enjoying tonight's game. Right now, we have head basketball coach Brian Van Haften over to discuss what happened last night against Simpson and what tonight's game brings against. So, what did happen with Simpson, Coach?
Well, it's one of those games where I thought for the first 23 minutes of the game we were pretty sharp. We probably, offensively, we weren't real sharp. But on the other hand, we played pretty well. We played against a quality team in Simpson College, and it was 42-40. We were just down 2 points, and they went on an 18-0 run and made it 60-40, and put the screws to us, at the end of the game. And so we were disappointed with how we played the last 17 minutes of the game, but it's over. Now we got to play tonight.
That's right. And you were telling me before that that game against Simpson doesn't affect your standings in the conference.
Well, we still have to win one game to win the conference outright, and I guess we aren't really looking at it that way. We want to win both games this weekend, because if we can win both games this weekend, we got a chance of getting a pretty good seed for the playoffs next week, Thursday.
All right, so what do you see for tonight's game?
Well, I think Central is the type of team that they're going to be physical. I think they're a strong team, but yet they got some guys who shoot the three pretty well. And we lost to Central the first time down in Pella, and we were up about 8 points with about 15 minutes to go and ended up losing the game. And so we're hoping to have a little bit of revenge on our minds. It's the last home game tonight for Brad Douglas and Jamie Dallaslager, our trainer, and we've been very, very fortunate to have them in our program the last few years, and so we're hoping to make this go out on a good note and not lose a game at home all year.
All right, now what do you see for Luther Saturday night?
Luther, the same type of team as Central. They probably don't shoot the three quite as well, but they do have a good physical basketball team. In fact, in the league right now, in the last 8 games, Luther has won 6 of the last 8. They started out 1-5, and since then they've won 6 of the last 8. They're playing very well, and it's going to be a game where we're going to have to go to war, and it's going to be a real battle up there in Decorah.
Well, like you said before, you kind of called your players warriors, so I'm sure we don't really need to worry much about that. I'm sure you guys can come out and play your best.
Well, we'll play hard. There's no doubt about that. We need to go out and win a good game on the road like Luther to finish out the season here and get our confidence going for next Thursday.
All right, well, we wish you the best of luck, Coach.
Thanks.
Back to the game.
For the team, we also got her some flowers. So let's.
All right, Jamie Dallaslager and Brad Douglas being honored as the seniors in this year's men's basketball team. As is a tradition, the last home game, Coach Van Haften.
Most of the guys in this team are probably
doing the honors.
Brad Douglas go. And I know it's a joke amongst us, but Brad is a business major, and he's from Glidden. He transferred from DMAC 3 years ago. The thing about Brad is he is very adept at handling adversity and meeting it head on. As a junior last year, he had worked extremely hard in the off-season, getting himself ready to go. And 1 week into practice, he's looking really good. And the next thing you know, he comes up to mono. So he's out for about 3 weeks. After Christmas, he starts getting the swing of things he did. There's a couple double figures games, and then he breaks his foot in practice, and he's done for the year. So Brad had a tough year. And the thing about Brad is that he has come back this year and was elected a team captain, and he's just had an outstanding senior season. And almost to a fault, but not too much. The thing about Brad is he reminds every single one of our guys about the goal that he has. And I would say if there's anybody on this team that has been a major factor on why we've been good, I'll give you a couple of stats here that'll prove to you how. After 6 games, we're 3-3. Brad has accepted his role of coming off the bench and done a great job. But at 3-3, he averaged 4 points a game, shot 24% from the field, and shot 50% from the line. In the last 17 games, we went 14-3. Brad has had 10 points per game, 37% from three-point range, 74% from the free throw line, and all this coming off the bench. And he's accepted that role very, very well. And all the guys just really appreciate that. what Brad has accomplished. He is going to be, as I said, a business major. He is going to be, I know he's nervous about what's going to happen to him when he gets done from here, but in my mind, there's no doubt that Brad Douglas is going to be a success the rest of his life. And with these two right here, not only does the team really love these two guys, so do I, and I really appreciate their effort. And so I just want to say thanks, and hopefully we can give them one more thanks. We're going to give a little gift here to Brad, a team basketball signed by the team. And Brad has this hobby of bowling. And so he gave him some new bowling shoes, and we all signed those. And so that's our gift to Brad.
Okay, Coach Van Haften doing the honors, and Jamie Dolly-Schlager and Brad Douglas, the seniors in this year's team. And as Coach Van Haften mentioned, Brad Douglas is instrumental in BV winning the conference championship this year. And of course, he's had to step up with the injury to O.J. Freilich. Let's take a look at right now at the conference standings, see how the conference looks. BV can clinch sole possession the first night with a win or with a Simpson loss. You see Simpson 2 games back. Upper Iowa in 3rd place, William Penn tied for 3rd, and Central down there in 8th, tied for 8th place in the conference, 6-8. So it would be the first time since 1977 that the men would win the conference championship, and that's a long time. Of course, with the situation with the women earlier, Loras beating Luther, that means that Luther now has 3 losses in the conference. BV only has 2. So if BV can do no worse than to share for a conference title, even if they lose tomorrow night, they would still share the conference title even if they lose. If they win, then they win it outright.
That's correct. Big game tonight up at, I don't know where that game took place, if it was at home or away, but yes, the Luther women losing to Loras, and BV can only be happy to hear that. So it takes off a little bit of pressure tomorrow night's game, but I'm sure Coach is still going to want him to win, and it'll be a tough one in Decorah.
So the players warming up, and we're about ready to get this thing underway. Of course, we mentioned Nick Dentlinger is coming out the Conference Player of the Week after a great week last week, and really a couple exciting games against I believe it was William Penn and Loras last week. He's averaging 15 points a game and 6 rebounds a game. Jamie Wilson among the leaders in rebounding in the nation at 10.7 rebounds. This is a pretty balanced scoring attack. We have Dentlinger at 15 points and Aaron Bloom at 12 points a game, are the only players in double figure scoring. So let's send it downstairs to Ryan Harder for a floor report. Ryan.
Now, I have talked to BV players Nick Dentlinger and Brad Douglas before the game, and they both said that while they don't want to look past tonight, they think that that since most people are looking for the Beavers to win tonight, it'd be a great way to close up their home stretch, their home season. They haven't lost a game at home this year, and they certainly don't want to start tonight. They don't want to look beyond tonight, but they are looking forward to the future. So hopefully they'll do well tonight. And back to you, Scott.
Okay, the women have wrapped up an undefeated regular season here at the Stevens Fieldhouse. The men trying to do the same. So this is something, we got a great thing going here in Storm Lake. One of the few teams probably in the whole nation, both the men and the women team, to go undefeated. If the men can do the trick tonight, you can get out the brooms for the whole year at the Fieldhouse if that happens tonight.
I think we talked a little bit about the Dutch now. The Dutch have been on kind of a late season skid. They dropped 7 of their last 8. Last weekend they were at Simpson. They got beat 94-65, and then they were at Luther on Saturday and they got beat 72-64. So not playing their best basketball here at the end of the season.
You mentioned, Brent, they lost 7 of the last 8. Back when we played them in January, they were leading the conference the time they beat us, and then they've just gone on the wheels have came off, I guess you could say, for Central. We'll take a look here at your starting lineups. The senior Brad Douglas at forward, Nick Denlinger at junior forward. Backcourt, Brian Schmalbeck and Aaron Blue. The man in the middle is Jamie Wilson at center. For Central, your backcourt is Drew Schmidt and Josh Gearing. Center, Jake Olson. And the forwards, Steve Ullman and the man to watch, Brandon Hoke. Brandon Hoke averaging 17 points and 7 boards a game.
At one guard for the Dutch, a 6'3" senior, Drew Schmidt. And at one guard for the Beavers, a 6' junior, Brian Schmalbeck. The other guard for the Dutch is a 5'11" sophomore, Josh Geary. And the other guard for the Beavers is a 6'2" junior, Aaron Blue.
The last time, as you mentioned, Coach, this is Coach Van Haften's first season as coach, and the head coach for Central is Lionel Sin. He was actually one of the 3 finalists here for the job at BV last year. It was Brian Van Haften, Coach Tim, and then Coach Sin from Central. And Sin was picked by many to get the job here, but they decided to give it to Coach Van Haften. Coach Van Haften had been waiting in line for a few years, and so Coach Sin then went to Central when they fired their coach.
Coach Van Haften, probably a prime candidate for maybe a conference coach of the year.
Oh, I think he's got that locked up. When you go from 7th place in the conference to
taking
winning the championship. It'll be Jamie Wilson and Jake Olson to jump center. Central controls it. We're underway here at the Fieldhouse. Scott Heinley and Brent Johnson to give you all the action tonight. And a steal right away from Aaron Bloom.
Nice eyes there by Bloom to see that pass coming.
BB usually tries to get Schmalbeck off early, but here's Bloom from the baseline. Rebound by Olson.
Wilson doing a nice job there, not forcing it, trying to get the foul there. Backed off.
The shot by Schmidt, good. 3-pointer by Schmidt. A 6'3" senior from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. He's averaging 9.3 points per contest. This is the same starting lineup we've seen from BB since OJ Freilich went out with that wrist and elbow injury in the middle of the start of February. Bloom with a baseline shot way off. It's going to be out of bounds to the Dutchman.
That one bounced off there, Nick Netler out of bounds, so Central with the ball. Central with the lead now, 3-0, 18:43 to go in the first half.
BB, it was that tough man-to-man defense, the best defense in the league. Hoke with a shot, no good.
Dengler with the ball and knocked away.
A 3 on the way by Schmidt, and he misses this time, gets his own board, no good. And there's Jamie Wilson. So Central had 2 or 3 opportunities. You said rebounding was the key. Central is bigger and strong. Denlinger misfires on the 3.
Right now we just can't get a shot to fall.
It's really going to help us if we can hit those outside shots. Ball inside. Olson, no good.
Also reminds me a lot of, he looks a lot like Rafe LaFrance. I don't know if you noticed that, but he's got a...
Douglas, no good. Wilson. And the BB's going to get it back. BB gets a fresh 35 out of the deal.
Looking for Bloom for the 3, wasn't there.
Inside to Denlinger, turns around, nice spin move off the glass.
Nice move there by Nick. Taking it in strong. He's actually a forward, but he was playing a little bit of a center there.
Three on the way, no good by Gearing. And Bloom gets the rebound. Central's not going to press. They'll play a 2-3 zone. And we have a foul. This is going to be the first team foul on Central. Central leads it by a score of 3-2. We're just underway here at the Fieldhouse. 17:05 to go first half. Nick Dentlinger draws the assignment of guarding Brandon Hoke. Dentlinger usually guarding the team's best inside player. And three-pointer. That's the second three-pointer. Actually, for Central, Josh Gearing hit that one. Earlier, it was Schmidt hitting one from downtown. We're going to get a holding foul on number 34, Doug Frazel.
That gives 2 team fouls to Central.
Nick Dentlinger for 3. No good, too long. He was fading away and off balance when he shot it.
As long as he keeps shooting, he'll shoot himself out of that.
Hope fakes a 3 and drives in. Fans wanted to charge inside to Olsen, got it. Central's a very experienced ball club. They start 4 seniors. Their whole front line consists of seniors that are 6'5" or taller. So,
nice job there by Nick Dentlinger. Once again, posting up inside.
Dentlinger's got 2 of those inside.
Bloom
Bloom with the steal. Stepped on the line. Nice job by Aaron Bloom to anticipate the pass.
Good hustle by Bloom. Just happened to step on the out-of-bounds line. Got the score right now, 8-4, Central up with 16:04 left in the first half.
And they'll have Hoke inbounds it. Schmalbeck will play that great perimeter defense. Try to let them not set up their offense. Oh, nice dish by Gearing inside to Hoke. Actually, it's pronounced Brandon Hodge. Schmalbeck. Usually Brian Schmalbeck gets off early with the first couple shots of the game. We've seen that the last 4 or 5 ball games here we've done at the Fieldhouse.
Nick once again inside. Oh, got hammered.
Yeah, he'll be on the line shooting 2. The Conference Player of the Week is doing it again early in this one.
It's been a physical game inside so far. Both teams pushing and shoving.
Nick makes the first one. Cuts the Central lead to 5. No good. Olsen with the board. BV ranked 5th in the Western region. So most likely they would be playing the number 4 seed Nebraska Wesleyan on Wednesday. It's a travel on Hodge. As Matt Jansen is the first substitution for BV, he'll check in for Douglas. Excuse me, for
Dentlinger.
Packed house at the Fieldhouse. We have cheerleaders on hand for tonight's game, and the Beaver as well.
Right now, both teams very patient on offense. Bloom with open shot.
Aaron Bloom gets a baseline shot, and that's what we need. If Bloom can start hitting those, it'll open up things inside for Wilson. Bloom averaging 12 points a game, the second leading scorer.
Oh, it's going to be a turnover on Central. BV's ball.
The cause of that was BV's tough defense.
Oh, great pass by Jensen to Wilson. Nice
Good job by Jamie Wilson. Matt Jansen is such a great inside passer, probably one of the best passers on the team, yet he's a 6'4" forward.
Just a great look to see Wilson open on the other side of the lane.
The three no good by Gearing. Nice offensive board by Hodge, and he puts it in. Jansen fakes straight up, and he's got it. Jansen over to Hodge, who is 3 inches taller. Matt Jansen plays bigger than his size underneath. He's able to get those tough shots to go.
Gonna see a timeout here. BB pulls it within 112 to 11 is our score.
That's the way it stands. Let's go down to Ryan Harder for floor report. Ryan.
I talked to BV's own Brad Odie Douglas before the game, and I asked him how it felt to be playing his last home game here at BV. And he said, well, it was kind of bittersweet here, kind of sad playing his last game here. He has appreciated the support the team's had this year, and he's certainly getting that tonight. It is a packed house here at Stevens Field House. Back to you, Scott.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. We have 13:45 remaining in the first half. You can bet this is going to be pretty much a half-court ball game, especially if it stays this close. Gearing for three, no good. Long rebound out to Bloom. We have a 2-on-1. It's Bloom and Landon Roth. Pass to Roth, no good.
So close on that one.
Steal by Jansen. We got a 3-on-1.
Oh, nice.
Schmalback ahead of everybody. Schmalback got it. The Beavers have taken the lead, 13-12.
Nice pass there by Jansen. Beautiful bounce pass there to Schmalback. About the only pass he could have done to get that one to Schmalback.
The Beavers take their first lead at the 13-minute mark of the first half. Good defense. They're going to get a foul, and it's going to be on Central.
Things going BV's way right now. Hopefully that momentum can continue.
Okay, let's set the lineups for you. Nate Bjorka checks into point guard, along with Jamie Wilson, Matt Jansen, Aaron Bloom, and Landon Roth are in there for BV. Matt Jansen.
Oh, nice move. Oh,
wow, what a fake by Matt Jansen. Wow, he has really improved here since he's been at school. Only a sophomore out of St. Edmunds, but he is going to be a great inside player before he graduates.
Great fake.
Steal by Bloom again. That's probably a half dozen steals by Bloom already. Aaron takes it to the rack. Got it. Aaron Bloom. And the Beavers have opened up a 5-point lead.
Wow, what a turnout just a couple minutes ago. It's 10-5.
They want a 20. Central wants a 20-second timeout. Listen to this crowd.
What a turnaround, just like you said a couple minutes ago, is Central up 10-5. Now we see BV up by 5 with the score 17-12.
Oh, good timeout there by Central. As things are starting to get out of hand, Aaron Bloom has probably got 5 steals, I would imagine, already.
They've really picked it up on the defense, which is causing the offense to.
And give credit to Schmalback and others who are breaking down floor for the fast break opportunities. Central had led by as many as 6 points, but now BV leads it by 5.
Total turnaround on the game here that we've seen in the last couple minutes.
Hodge from way deep, no good. Rebound, Olsen. Olsen puts it up, blocked by Wilson. Wow! Wilson just came up from behind and swatted that away. It's gonna stay with Central.
Central still staying patient on offense, looking inside, nothing there.
Jeff Whedon, number 33, is checked in for the Dutchman.
BV really picked up their defensive intensity. That's what turned this game around.
Creating turnovers that leads to fast breaks. That's the way they've done it. That's Olsen inside, no good. He misses the tip, and Wilson comes over to the board. Wilson out top. Jansen posting up down low. He's double teamed. The kick out to Bloom for the 3. No good. Long rebound out to Bjorken. Bjorken dishes to Wilson for the baseline. No good. Landon Roth at the offensive board. No good. He's blocked. puts it back up and in. Landon Ross staying with the play.
Showing a lot of determination there, going up once, going up twice, and getting the basket.
BV getting second and third opportunities, and they puts them up by 7 points.
That's what you got to have, the offensive boards.
Hodge on the drive, right-handed, no good.
Wilson with another board looking up court. They got a 3-on-2.
Aaron Bloom's gonna pull it up. No good, too long. Roth with another offensive glass. He's got it. Landon Roth and Matt Jansen inside are doing the job.
Right now we got a score 21-12. BV up by 9 points.
Central's gonna need another timeout here.
I don't think Central knows what's hit them.
BB has gone on a huge run. It was 10-5, which means BB's gone on a 16-2 run here in the last 3-4 minutes.
Another board by Jamie Wilson.
Jamie Wilson's got
Just
over half
owning.
dozen rebounds already.
Owning the offensive board.
Jansen inside. He won't be stopped. There's a rebound. Good dish inside it. That's Chris Johnson, I believe, for Central. He's checked into the game. Number 55. Wilson, nice cut by Bloom down low. Good recognition by Jamie Wilson out on top of the key.
BB hitting on all cylinders now, passing, shooting, defense.
Well, it's so unselfish. Everybody looks for the better shot. And if your teammate's got a better shot, give it to him. Olsen, and he's gonna get, oh, I thought it was a charging. Matt Jansen picks up the charging foul, his first.
It's gonna be the first foul for Jansen, first team foul for BB.
Send it downstairs right now to Ryan Hutter.
You'll notice in many gyms throughout the state, and this is no exception here in Stevens Fieldhouse, there's a sign that says no pop in gym. And I've been wondering what this no pop in gym sign means. What could this possibly be? I mean, what is the harm of just a single cup of pop in the gym? And after some investigating, I found out that no, it is not a clause in the Stevens contract with BV. It's not anything related to that. It's because this pop can stain the floor, and thus relating with the floor report. So the pop can stay on the floor, and that's why there's the no pop in gym sign. Back to you, Scott.
All right, thank you, Ryan Hutter. 9:16 to go in this one. BB up by 7. The crowd is into it.
See the score is 23-16.
And checking into the game were Brian Fisher and Dentlinger. Landon Roth stays in there as well as Bjork, and Roth for 3. He's got it. Landon Roth has got 6 or 7 points early on. He's got 7.
Right now he's really sparked the team coming off the bench. Right now I think we only got 2 starters in right now, Dentlinger and Douglas.
Fisher gets the block. Brian Fisher comes up with the block. And he's
Fisher not quite sure what to do with the ball. I think they're going to get a travel. That's too bad.
Fisher walks with it. Was expecting the pass from Dentlinger. Dentlinger probably should have got it to the guard.
I think Dentlinger was trying to get to Douglas. I think Fisher just got in the way as he was running up court. So can't have everything go your way.
So far, the freshman Landon Roth has come up big. He's only averaging 3.3 points a game and 1.5 assists. But since the injury to Freilich, he's really stepped it up off the bench. He's probably the second person that comes off the bench now. And there's a shot by
BB right now with an 8-point lead.
Feed the fish. Fisher working inside, no good.
Central doing a little bit better job on the defensive end. Oh, good look. Central pulling within 6. With 8 minutes left to go in the first half.
Number 55 has got 4 points off the bench for Central. Dentlinger inside, got it. That's 6 points in the paint for Nick Dentlinger.
Dentlinger showing some moves on the inside glass, as well as shooting from the outside, so seeing all the dimensions of Nick.
He's a very versatile player. Last week's Conference Player of the Week. A 3 by Gearing, no good. Rebound Fisher. BB's got a fast break. Douglas ahead to Dentlinger. He overthrew him.
Brad Douglas trying to make something happen, just wasn't quite there.
7:32 to go, first half. Three-pointer by Foreman, no good.
Oh, Douglas going in and breaking things up.
Yorkin gets the rebound. He doesn't have the numbers. He'll kick it back out. Inside to Fisher, he's double teamed, triple teamed, and he gets the foul.
I think you can pick about 3 players there that got a piece of Fisher on that one. Nice looking inside by Dentlinger to find Fish. He was surrounded by players. I don't know how he got that one in there.
That's the 15th foul on BB, so it won't be a one-on-one situation quite yet.
Not until the 7th.
And Jansen and Schmalbeck return for Bjorken and Fisher. Douglas with a quick shot, no good. They're going to get Roth with a foul, but heads up play by Landon Roth trying to create the steal off the inbounds.
Just got a piece of the arm there and the ref called it. BB always trying to cause turnovers.
BB leads by 8 after they were down by as many as 7 early on. Then they went on a 16-2 run in about a 4-minute span to break this thing and give them a comfortable lead.
Dillon with the rebound.
Schmalbeck ahead to Douglas for 3. No good, too long.
I think they're going to get the push off there and Dillon on the inside. One thing BB hasn't been able to do tonight is hit the 3. I don't know what the exact thing is, but I think we're 0 for it.
Landon Roth has hit 1.
Oh, yeah, he did hit 1. Yeah, you're right. Otherwise, we've been a little bit cold from the 3-point line. As soon as that starts heating up, then I can see our lead will be
Aaron
expanded.
Bloom has hit 1 from deep. I'm not sure if it was a 3, but it was from pretty deep. But you're right. Once we hit those 3-pointers, it opens everything up. And whoa, Schmalbeck about had the block there.
I think they're going to give that one on Jansen. I think his second personal.
Team's the 4th. And on the line is Kevin Thompson, a 6'1" junior from Gilman, Iowa. Innovation Video is pleased to broadcast the Storm Lake City Council meetings, which air on the 1st and 3rd Mondays of the month. The City Council meetings begin at 4 p.m. and are only on Innovation Video, cable channel 3. And Central now with full court pressure.
Guys got to get it cost in 10 seconds, otherwise turnover.
Central sticking with that 2-3 zone. Cross-court pass to Roth for 3. He's fouled. He'll be on the line shooting 3.
That was a rule change that we saw in the last couple of years. If you get fouled shooting a 3, you'll get 3 shots.
Landon Roth has only been to the line 10 times this season. He's made 5. Coming up at halftime, we'll have another performance by the drill team as well as an interview with men's golf coach Henry Hart.
Henry Hart will give us, I'm sure, some words of wisdom.
Roth, the second one, he's got it. Wilson checks back in for him, Jamie Wilson.
See the full court press being applied here by BB.
Wilson guards the inbounds, and there's a trap. Central handles it pretty well.
Almost a steal there.
The 3-pointer by Hodge, got it! Way downtown. I
think that would have been good in NBA land.
That was from off campus. Matt Jansen, the spin move. Matt Jansen is really tough inside. He's either A, able to draw the foul, or B, make the basket.
Right now the score is 31-25 with 5:50 to go in the first half.
Aaron Bloom checks back in for Douglas. Attention BV basketball fans, if you want to get the inside scoop on the Beavers, be sure to watch Center Court. Center Court is a weekly half-hour coaches show that brings you all the highlights and recaps from last week's games. And you can catch Center Court Mondays at 7, Wednesdays at 9, and Fridays at 8 on Innovation Video Cable Channel 3. Innovation Video is your home for BV sports coverage.
Looks like BV now has gone into some sort of 1-3-1 zone.
Matt Jansen pulls down the rebound. Schmalbeck driving to the lane. He's fouled. It's starting to get a little bit physical in there.
Starting to get a little bit, yeah, physical on both ends. I don't think there's probably much love lost between these two teams. In the last couple of years, BV's really come up within the ranks as far as their men's program, really excelling. And Central maybe has kind of gone the other way just a little bit. And so Central's fighting for a little respect.
No good. Rebound by Central. 5:20 to go first half. Your score is 32-25. BV's got a 7-point lead. They've led ever since that 16-2 run with about 12 minutes to go in the first half. Kevin Thompson no good with a baseline shot, and Central has gone cold from the field, Brent, and that give credit to the BV defense, leading the league in scoring defense.
Also give credit there for Jamie Wilson, not giving up on that defensive board.
Nick Dentlinger near baseline, puts it up, he's fouled. That's gonna be the 19th foul on Central. Reminder that the NCAA Division III tournament pairings come out on Sunday at around 7 o'clock, and both of the coaches invite you to come to the set room as the Beavers will find out who and where they'll play as the field of 64 is announced via satellite. It's Sunday at 7 o'clock in the set room. Devinger hits the first. Jeff Wilson checks in for Matt Jansen with the approval of the fans.
Jeff Wilson, a crowd favorite here at Stevens Fieldhouse.
BV's now played 10 players, and they've got a 9-point lead, their biggest of the game. Loose ball, Bloom picks it up. We got a 3-on-3, and Bloom slows it up wisely.
Good move by Wilson.
Wow.
Nice move.
Wilson
Right past the defender.
taking it straight to the rack. Ooh, Hawks thought about the three.
I think we're going to get that one on Schmalbeck. Team's 5th foul.
Central has gone cold from the field. It's going to be interesting to see what their field goal shooting is at the half. But the only person that's been able to do anything was Hodge. And early on, they had 1 or 2 3-pointers that really helped them out. But since then, they haven't been able to hit anything. There's a turnover.
Central really having some difficulties on the offensive end.
Central putting on a little bit of a trap. Dentlinger's going to pull up from 3. Got it. Nick Dentlinger is having another great game here tonight. He's close to double figures. In fact, I believe he's in double figures with 11 or 12 now.
Scoring from outside, inside, getting the board.
Schmalbeck's got Bloom open deep. He's going to take it himself. To the hole. Got it. Brian Schmalbeck, coast to coast. The Beavers have opened up a 16-point lead.
Wilson with the steal.
Another steal by BB, and they're really confusing. Central does not have a clue right now on offense.
Oh,
Jeff
great
Wilson
pass.
all underneath. Jeff Wilson all by himself puts it in for 2, and Central better talk it over or they're going to get blown right out of the building.
Great pass inside to Jeff Wilson, went up strong. Right now, we've seen just a total turnaround from the first couple minutes of the first half. BB's taking charge, showing why they're on top of the conference right now. Right now, as we were talking about earlier, if BB wins the game tonight, then they for sure will be the conference champs. And like I said, first time since 1976.
Since before I was born, it's about 21 years.
We could run down the conference standings. Like we said, Buena Vista on top. Simpson right now in second place with Upper Iowa third.
BB, yeah, and William Penn is tied with the winning record at third as
place.
well.
And then we got fourth place tied up with Loris and Luther. Then fifth place is Wartburg and Central. So the sixth place team is actually Dubuque out of 9 teams.
There will only be one team from the Iowa Conference that qualifies to the playoffs, and that will be an automatic bid. Of course, they changed that now a couple years ago. The Iowa Conference does get an automatic bid for their winner, and of course that'll be BV. And the second place team, Simpson, will not make it because they're not rated in the top 8.
Simpson, though, they had a very successful year.
They were picked at the start of the year to win the conference by in the preseason by the coaches.
Like they always say, you don't win games on paper, so you have to play the game to win the game. So BV showed that they were the team to beat this year.
We have the same 5 as before the timeout.
BV just playing a relentless defense.
Yeah, their defense
they're
is
attacking
really,
the players.
Exactly. I mean, that's Central has no offensive rhythm because of it.
Right now, the defense is just not allowing them to run their offense whatsoever.
I think Central has turned the ball over the last 4 of the last 5 times down the floor, and they're missing shots like that underneath. Olsen's able to get it to go down.
Looking inside for Wilson.
Bloom all underneath on the cut, and he's fouled.
Man, I have not seen a player go up for the layup and not get fouled. There's been a lot of fouls in this game. Central will not allow an easy layup. I don't know if that's the coaching philosophy they play under, but there's not been one single just gimme layup.
He puts BB's best free throw shooter to the line. Aaron Bloom is an excellent free throw shooter at 80% for the season.
That's 10 team fouls, so it's an automatic 2-shot.
Double bonus situation. Bloom makes both, and BB's going to put on the full court press. 2:26 remaining, and they throw it away.
Not exactly sure where that ball is going to.
Dentlinger for 3, got it. Hello, BB has opened up a 48-27 lead. We're over 2 minutes left here in the first half, and things are just starting to fall apart for Central. Dentlinger now has 2 threes on the game and about 14 or 15. Bloom for 3, no good. The roof would have came off the place if he'd have made that one, Brent.
High arcing shot there. Oh, they're going to get a block on Schmalbeck and the basket.
Count the basket and the foul. That's Hodge. Nate Bjorken set to check in at the scores table for Brian Schmalbeck.
Folks, remember, stay tuned. Drill team performing at halftime.
First half highlights and stats, as well as interview with men's golf coach Henry Hart.
Golf season coming up here pretty soon. Right around the beginning of April is when most of the meets start. When most of the meets start. Gotta wait for that snow to melt.
48-32 with 1:45 remaining. First half.
Right now, BV trying to go in the locker room with at least a 15, 16-point lead. They don't want to give anything up here in the last minute and a half.
They played an excellent first half. Dentlinger from way downtown. He's feeling it, but he no good that time.
Just a hair short hits the front of the rim.
That was a good-looking shot.
Just missed it.
That's Olsen underneath, no good, and he's missed a lot of those gimmies. Wilson comes up with the board. That's Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson takes it coast to coast, no good. Dentlinger gets the rebound. Jamie into Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson, reverse layup.
Nice move. Nice job by Jeff coming back after getting rejected the first time, goes back in there strong and puts it up. I think those are his first points tonight.
51 seconds to go. Dillinger, he's got 8 points in the first half off the bench for Central.
Right now the score 50-34.
Aaron Bloom near baseline. There's a 12-second differential between the shot clock and
Oh, great pass to Dentlinger. We've seen some of the best passes tonight.
Count the basket and the foul. Give the assist to Aaron Bloom.
Team is really passing well. They're really finding the cutter. Nice job by the offense to keep running, moving, keep the offense flowing. The only way you're going to get open is if you keep running and setting picks. .28 seconds left to go in the first half.
BV wants to wrap this conference title up at home.
Nothing would be sweeter than to win this one at home tonight.
.28 seconds to go. The shot clock will be off for Central. They'll probably try to hold it for one here. Maybe try to set a pick for Hodge and get off a three-pointer.
Hodge is coming up to the top, like you said.
There he is.
Nice job by Randy Roth to cut that off. Roth with a tough assignment.
Now they got double team, Bjorken and Roth.
Down
7 seconds. Oh, air ball.
Got enough time to quick get a shot up.
Bjorken throws it up, and that's going to be short, but the Beavers go into the locker room with a 19-point lead at the half. 53-34. Landon Roth came off the bench to score 10. Nick Dentlinger in double figures with about 16 points.
I think this is exactly what BB wanted to happen, going to the locker room, 19-point lead. Boy, when the first half first started, I would never expected this. A big turnaround during the early first half, and then BB coming on strong, and then posting a score of 53-34. Right now, we're going to see the drill team come on to the court, so everybody stay tuned.
Tomorrow night is drill team night. So if you're not going to go head to the court for the game, then come over to the field house and watch the drill team.
Thank you very much, BV Drill Team, and everybody remember tomorrow night at 8 o'clock is the BV Drill Team night. Right now we got the score 53-34, BV up. We're going to toss to commercial right now.
100% unadulterated energy. You have no choice but movement. You aren't acted on. You are action. You have the power to make the world a better place. You already know how to do it. Volunteer now for the American Red Cross. Call your local chapter for details.
20 kids. For 1 hour a week, you leave your concrete world of flip phones and faxes and talk to 20 kids about how business works. They will question everything. But those 20 kids will talk to 20 more. So by Saturday, what you said on Thursday could be halfway around their world. You get to make a difference. Could just make the rest of your week pretty dull. That's the new JA, teaching kids how business works.
I hang out with a pretty trashy circle. The circle that helps this circle by recycling trash. We sort glass, plastic, separate cans, stack newspapers and magazines. Now, thanks to us, there are lots of products made from things we've already recycled. This cereal box wants your Sunday paper. These paper clips, in a more daring life, a 56 convertible. The circle works like this. It starts when we recycle trash at home and at work. It's completed when we buy products made from or packaged in recycled materials. How do you know the difference? Check the label for something called post-consumer recycled content. It looks like this. Make a mental note. Then buy the highest percentage of it you can find. You'll save a tree, you'll save energy, and in your own way, you'll help save the world. Complete the circle.
Call 1-800-CALL-EDF for your free Buy Recycled shopping guide. 1-800-CALL-EDF.
Welcome back, everybody, to Seabin's Fieldhouse. Right now, we got the score 53-34. Right now, we're going to have an interview with Coach Henry Hart, the men's golf coach, and we're going to toss to that interview right now.
We're talking with men's golf coach Henry Hart, and Coach Hart, last fall the team is coming off an 8th place finish in the conference. And what are some things that when you look back at the fall that you can take into the spring?
We had Ben Sessions in the last meet of the season at Dakota Dunes in Sioux City, where they play the Nike Tour event, shot 76 and finished second in the entire tournament, which had 12 teams. So we're very pleased with that.
Okay, so Ben Sessions is obviously a bright spot on the team this year. And again, he's only a sophomore, and basically this team is, I would say, maybe young, but not inexperienced.
Well, we have one senior, Aaron Stevens, who has played a great deal for us. Charlie Play, the freshman, Don Winker, a freshman, and Landon Roth, who hopefully is making all kinds of baskets tonight for the men's basketball team, is also another player for us.
Okay, and again, golf, as we mentioned, Coach, is a sport where in the spring, or in the fall for that matter, anything can happen. Of course, it's dependent on Mother Nature, and we're scheduled to, our first meet, I think, is scheduled for
the first weekend in April, down at Oskaloosa, and hopefully our first swing of the year won't be at the tournament. You know, with the weather being as it has been, hopefully the snow will be off the course.
That's right, but that's just one of those things, and the scheduling has to be reworked in sometimes in those tournaments, and it's just a matter of whether we can get out to Lake Creek or not. But okay, as you look ahead, I think 5 or 6 tournaments this spring.
Correct.
Most of them are 2-day tournaments, which is a change from last year.
We play 5 2-day tournaments, probably the highlight of which is the Buena Vista Spring Invitational, which is the last weekend in April. The first 18 holes will be at the Spencer Country Club, and the second 18 holes will be at Lake Creek. We have 11 teams coming into that tournament as of right now, hopefully get up to 16. And I'd like to thank the members at Lake Creek and the members at Spencer Country Club for letting us have the course when the course is so busy in the spring.
You bet, and of course, as we look late in the year, they've got the conference tournament. It's probably the next biggest meet, and that is in Oskaloosa. Actually, it's in Dubuque, my bad.
Well, we have 2 weekends of the conference tournaments. It's 72 holes now. The third weekend in April, we have the first 36 holes, which is at a neutral site, Gates Park in Waterloo, and then the second 36 holes, which is at the host school, which is University of Dubuque's course over in Dubuque, which is the first weekend in May. So we have a 72-hole tournament to determine the conference champion.
Okay, that's right, and 5 players will be making the varsity on that one. So, Coach, I guess good luck to you this spring as we for the golf season. Hopefully we can have some good weather and get out there and hit some balls before the first meet.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. And stay tuned. We'll be back right after.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Siemens Fieldhouse. And talking to women's coach Janet Berry. Coach, congratulations on an 88-68 victory over the Central Dutchman, Flying Dutchman. And it's revenge from January when that team beat you over in Pella. And tonight you were able to do it. You had 5 players in double figures for you. And great contributions from your seniors as well, especially Jessica Borg comes to mind. She didn't get the start tonight, but normally off the bench. So a great win.
Well, just so you know, Jessica was supposed to start tonight. Nicole put the wrong number in the book, so we felt bad about that. But she was supposed to start tonight. She started the second half. She went 3 for 3 from the field, got some rebounds, played some good defense. And we did have 5 people in double figures tonight. It was just a great team win for us. And, you know, I told some people today I'd be really surprised if we didn't win by 20 points today, just because I knew our kids were going to be fired up about losing to Central the last time. And, you know, Central didn't go away. They made a nice run at us in the second half, got within 12. And I thought our kids did a good job then of stepping up and knocking their free throws down and holding on then for the 20-point win.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it wasn't a case of your team looking ahead to tomorrow night as you could have done. Looking into Luther, you've known it all year long. It's basically been a formality that Luther and BV would score out for the conference crown. And an hour ago, we heard that Loris had upset Luther. And that game was played, was that at Luther or was that at Loris?
At Loris. And so they've been on the road twice this week. We've been on the road already once this week. Some of our starters played a lot of minutes tonight, but you know, I told our kids at the beginning of the game tonight, opportunity is knocking on our door. We need to take advantage of it. And tomorrow night, you know, we know we've got the three-peat. We know we got to share that. Right now, though, we want to win it outright. We want to hold on to our second seed in the region, and I really feel our kids will come out tomorrow night and do just that.
Okay, that sets up a great matchup tomorrow night between Luther and BV. BV can win it, the conference title outright for the 3rd straight year. It'll be a three-peat for Coach Berry and her team. And the juniors on the team haven't lost the conference title, so what a way to go out, and hopefully the seniors can.
They're running out of fingers here, so that's kind of a nice problem to have. Both Keely and Steph especially have 2 softball rings to go with that, so they've got their one hand filled. And you know, again, tomorrow night we're just really excited to get this opportunity. We knew all year this would be a huge game, and we're in the driver's seat, and pressure's really on Luther tomorrow night, so we can just go out and play hard, and you know, we'll see where the chips fall.
Okay, so it's BV and Luther tomorrow night for the conference title. Once again, Coach, congratulations on a 20-point win over Central, getting revenge on them from January. And we're going to send it back upstairs, and we'll be back right after. Hey everybody, welcome back to the field house. Scott Heinley and Brent Johnson with you, and we're going to take a look right now at the highlights of the first half. And it was the first half is where Central got off to the early 10-5 lead.
Right here we see a tip-off. Central getting the ball right off the bat. Coming out like the gates, like we said, 10-5, Central put up the lead. Nick Dentlinger doing some inside work that we haven't seen really all season.
They were able to hit a three-pointer early. their kids.
A lot of those easy baskets are inside are set up by some great passes, great looks inside. Bloom there we see on the outside.
Then the outside shooting started to perk up once Bloom hit that. Jamie Wilson inside.
Another great pass by Jansen.
That was the one that really broke it open. BB was on a run right now. Great fake by Matt Jansen. Wow.
Turnover's a big key. Bloom always seems to be where the ball was. Another layup.
That one he went to the line. Landon Roth on the offensive boards. He had 10 points in the first half.
Landon Roth from outside.
Man, the freshman.
And then Central goes stone cold late towards the second half.
Their kid off the bench, number 55, had quite a few inside points toward the end of the second half. And
now we're back to live action. Right now, running down some of the first half stats, we see Nick Denlinger leading the pack with 18. Landon Roth pouring in 10. And also now if we look at some of the rebounds and turnovers, we see that BB has got the advantage 19-16 over Central. And
look at those 10 turnovers. That played a huge part in that turnaround by BB. They had a 16-2 run based a lot on those 10 turnovers. The foul situation, BB was able to get to the free throw line a lot.
And field goals to look at, we see BB 20 for 33, and Central throwing up 30 shots, only making 13 of them. Back to the stats that we see. Like I said, Landon Roth was second in scoring for the Beavers. If we look up on Central side, we see Hodge, he's got 10 points for Central, so Central not putting up a lot of numbers as they're used to.
BB shooting over 50%. Well over 50%, about 55%.
If we look at the three-point land, we got Landon Roth 1 for 1, Brad Douglas 0 for 1, Bloom 0 for 2, and Nate Denlinger 2 for 5 from the three-point land. Right now we got 56 seconds left to half, so everybody stay put.
And for Central, leading scorer was Brandon Hodge. He had 10 points. Josh Dillinger had 8 points off the bench for Central.
We see a big difference, a huge difference in rebounds. We see Nick Denlinger with 4. We see Landon Roth with 4, so some good inside play by them. And Jake Olson was their leading rebounder for Central with 5. Like we've talked about in the past, the first couple of minutes of the second half are what determines the outcome of the game. So hopefully BB will come out with sparks flying. Once again, we have pretty much a packed house here tonight. Great support from college and community and town, and we'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Also like to thank the jazz band / pep band for showing up, cheerleaders, also the Beaver coming out tonight.
Honey Kiss Pizza is a proud sponsor of tonight's BB Central basketball doubleheader. Call 732-2222 right now, and you can be enjoying a hot, fresh pizza delivered right at your doorstep in about 15 minutes. So stop by and pick it up or call and have it delivered. And stay tuned. We'll be announcing our off-the-bench contributor at the end of tonight's game. Brent and I will decide that one. It was Jessica Borg got that award for the women. So we're just underway here at second half. BB gets the ball because Central had the tip.
BB going with the same 5 they started with in the first half.
Denlinger no good. Bloom skies to the offensive glass.
Another great pass inside of Denlinger. Nice pass by Aaron Bloom.
And with that play right there, it's easy to see why this team is leading the conference this year. Shot good by Hodge. He's got 12. Brandon Hodge, a senior from Knoxville, Iowa. Denlinger again, inside. No good, doesn't get to roll this time.
Denlinger being a force inside. Kind of doing a new role tonight, playing a new role tonight a little bit with his inside game.
He's had 20 points. He's really stepped it up here in the last month or so. And he's coming into his own as a player. I'm sure he'll get all-team, first-team all-conference.
Just missed the steal there.
There's a trap. Wilson and Denlinger trapped Hodge, got the steal. Stolen right back by Central, and Hodge gets the lay-in. He's got 14.
Making the score 55-38. I think we saw a foul there inside by BB. I think that'll put Brian Schmidt back on the line. First team foul for Central.
Schmalley's a 67% free throw shooter.
Putting the first one in.
Makes both. In the first half, it was really interesting. BV basically dominated inside, even though Central has 3 players in the front line over 6'5", and all of them seniors. Smaller players like Landon Roth and Matt Jansen were able to be very effective.
Landon Roth doing an excellent job inside, getting up. Aaron Bloom getting in there. Dentlinger, Douglas, getting some bodies in there, going after the loose balls, not scared to scrap inside. And it's really turned out to be a positive for the Beavers.
Ooh, Dentlinger went to the floor, and Hodge is able to put another one. He's got 16. Hodge is keeping Central in the game by himself.
Cutting the lead down to 17. Looks like we got a quick foul here.
Offensive foul on Dentlinger. He's going to get a charge with the hooking. Trying to get position inside.
It's always tough trying to battle inside to get position. That's number 2 on Dentlinger.
Shot clock down to 16, and it's going to be a foul on Dentlinger, a blocking foul. He trips, actually, Hodge. Dentlinger picks up 2 quick ones.
Dentlinger with his 3rd. I won't be surprised if we see Nick come out here pretty soon.
And Hodge gets to the basket. That's Olsen, excuse me.
BV hasn't quite come out with the intensity that I hope probably coming in the second half. Seemed just a hair flat.
Schmalbeck for 3. Got it, Brian Schmalbeck. His first 3 of the game. He's got 7. And the Beavers lead it 60-42 with 17:22 to go. Douglas with the steal. He's got a 1-0 fast break. Takes it to the rack.
Nice job there by Douglas.
In his final game, possibly at the field house, Brad Douglas getting the steal and taking it all the way in. Hodge, wide open baseline, no good. Rebound, no good. Another offensive rebound.
BV's got to get in there. They're going to get down on Dentlinger. That's going to be 4 if they give that to Dentlinger.
He'll have to take a seat, maybe. Matt Jansen checks in for Dentlinger. Dentlinger's picked up 3 quick fouls here in about the last, I'd say, 2.5 minutes.
I don't think we'll see Dentlinger for a while, at least for probably past the 10-minute mark.
Olsen makes the first. One thing with Nick is not really prone to foul trouble a whole lot. Hasn't really fouled out of, I don't know, too many games this year. Douglas controls the boards.
I think Dentlinger was trying to create a lot of things on the offensive boards and just got caught.
Schmalbeck for a second 3, no good. Jansen hits the floor hard. He might be hurt. There's Matt
Jansen might have a shoulder there.
Yeah, he has had that shoulder injury. Last couple weeks he's been playing with that injury, icing it after practice and after the games, and that might, hopefully he didn't re-injure that. Ryan Harder will probably give you an update on that, his situation. The sophomore forward from St. Edmund High School in Fort Dodge. He's really stepped it up this year. He got a little bit of playing time last year toward the end of the year for Coach Ed Tim, but this year averaging 6.2 points a game and 2 rebounds off the bench.
Got tangled up there with 2 players, and I think his shoulder got kind of extended back, hyper-extended back, or maybe kind of got out of joint a little bit. Can't be very comfortable at all. Hopefully he'll be okay.
They called a foul on Olsen. That's going to be the second team foul on Central.
Here we see Jeff Wilson coming in.
Jamie Doyschlager will take Matt Jansen back to the locker room to look at that.
Yeah, that's something that's got to be dealt with in the locker room.
Hopefully it's not too serious an injury. Matt can be back for the playoff. Odie hits the 3. Douglas has got 5 here in the second half. find Hotch inside. Excuse me, that's not Hotch. It's Doug Frazel, the other 6'5" forward.
BV looking to get a little spark here on offense once again. We got a 20-point lead right now. So we do have a little freedom, but I'm sure Coach Van Haften would like that to be a 30-point lead.
Douglas first, another three, no good. Rebound, Wilson. Inside, he's double teamed, got to kick it back out. Douglas driving baseline. Gets fouled, count the basket. Wow, what a circus shot by Douglas.
Nice job there by Douglas. Take it strong into the hoop and put it up off the glass.
Okay, let's send it downstairs. Douglas tries to complete the three-point play here. We're gonna stay here. Douglas completes the three-point play. He's got 8 here in the second half. Good job by BB that time. Brent getting back on defense.
Nice job there by Jeff hustling down the court. Good fake.
Frazel drains a three.
Makes
the answer.
Makes it 68-48. Still a 20-point lead. 15:36 to go in the second half.
Oh, nice driving layup by Schmalback.
Off balance shot, nice. Not quite orthodox, but it's winning anyway.
The second half is where BV really puts the clamps down. We've seen it all year long. Even if they go into the locker room down, the second half they'll. Wilson comes up with a block. And Josh Gearing puts in the layup.
Schmalback got it taken away.
15 minutes to go in the first half. So we mentioned the first 5 minutes are pretty important here. And BV is, they went to the locker room 19-point lead. They got a 20-point lead right now.
So we can say that they improved by a point.
Stolen away by Hotch, and Douglas gets it back. Bloom tries just under three-point range, no good. Hotch way off on three.
It's going to go to BVA.
Okay, let's send it downstairs to Ryan Harder. Ryan, give us an injury update on Matt Jansen.
Matt Jansen took a pretty bad hit a couple minutes ago. They're pretty sure it is his shoulder that is injured. They're not sure how serious. Right now, they are in the hallway. They're working on him. It's unsure at this point whether he'll be back in the game, but it does appear to be an injury to his shoulder. No word on how serious yet. Back to you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ryan. Hopefully and Aaron Bloom gets it blocked. Jamie Wilson missed a baseline jumper.
Schmalback deflected the ball up to Bloom, and Bloom took it back to the other end, so that's what we missed. BB having a team huddle.
Landon Ross set to check in for Douglas. Douglas gets a nice round of applause. He's got 8 points here in the second half. So give him, actually did not get the scoring column in the first half, so Douglas come to life here in the second half with 8.
Douglas wanted to put on a good show for his last home game, presumably, depending upon, once again, the playoff implications.
Yeah, that's going to really hurt BB if we can have Matt Jansen for the playoff. Hopefully we can have him back tomorrow night. And he's a gamer. I'm sure if Matt Jansen is at all able to play, he will be in uniform tomorrow night in Luther at Decorah. Shot no good, long by Hotch. 13:45, and Wilson no good. Jamie Wilson no good.
Neither Wilson could hang on to the ball.
Both teams have 14 fouls. Bjorken checks in for Schmalback. Those two do a great job switching back and forth all game long. One will play for about 8 minutes, and the other one will come in for about another 8 minutes.
For the people back home wondering why they haven't seen Nick, 4 fouls. Probably not going to see him here for probably till the 6 or 7 minute mark left in the second half, so he's going to have to sit on the bench and just be patient. Picked up 3 real quick ones in the beginning of the second half. It's too bad.
kind of tic-tac fouls. They weren't necessary fouls, really.
Ones that could have gone either way.
Little Roth working underneath. Gets his own board. No good.
Wilson. Oh.
Jamie Wilson can't quite grab it. He might have lost the contact on that one. But Hodge was fouled before the shot by Aaron Bloom. Boy, Landon Roth is really tough inside. Even if he misses a shot, he's able to get on the glass.
He fouls a shot, which a lot of players don't do, but he fouls a shot, got his own rebound again, and put it back up, just came up short again. Landon Roth playing a big man in the lane, so that's a
freshman from Waco, Iowa. Ullman was fouled.
Not sure who they're going to put that one on. One of the Wilsons. 44, they're going to put that one on Jeff Wilson.
Steve Ullman on the line, shooting a pair. And we have a timeout on the floor. Coach Van Hampton going to talk to his team. He's up by 22 points with 12:51 to go in the game.
No matter what happens, it seems like they keep that 20-point lead. It was the same way in the women's game. It just never seemed like, neither one of the teams really pulled away, but they always kind of stayed consistent with that 18 to 22-point lead. So neither team really blowing either one out. Tomorrow night, like we said, BB's going to Luther, which is in Decorah, and then Central's going to be playing Dubuque at home. And that will wrap up the Iowa Conference play. Once again, another great season in Iowa Conference basketball.
And then it's on to the postseason. The women start things off on Wednesday, and I believe the men play on maybe Thursday, or I'm not sure when the men play for certain, but we'll find out Sunday, I guess, at the Center Room at 7 o'clock, who and where they'll play.
We should also keep in perspective, basketball is one of the longer sports. It starts in November. They start practicing probably about mid-November. Runs through November, December, January, February, now into March that they're going to be playing. So it's a lot of wear and tear on your body.
And the thing is, that's what you got to keep in mind when you in November and December. It doesn't really matter what your team looks like, because a lot of times your team will start off in early practices that first month and look really terrible, and at the end of the year they'll start to peak and they'll get on a roll, and that's all you need to win in the month of March.
Right now I just saw Matt Jansen come back on to the BB bench. If you see him when the camera goes by, he's got an ice pack on the shoulder. Pretty doubtful. I'm going to have to bet that we're going to see him back.
Bloom was long in that three-pointer. Central might try to hurry it up here and get some quick shots. Ullman traveled. There's a look at Matt Jansen again with that wrap around his shoulder. It looks like the same, he re-injured that injury that he had before a couple weeks ago.
Matt Jansen looked pretty disappointed.
Wilson, turn around, no good. Again, Nick Denlinger on the bench with 4 fouls. Picked him up 3 quick fouls, about 2 minutes, right at the start of the second half. Oh, Jeff Wilson hit the floor hard. He thought it should have been a charge. Aaron Cucker on the line for the Dutchman. Tune in to Innovation Cinema every night on cable channel 13 for great movies ranging from your favorite classics to great new releases. And Brent, movies showing in the month of March include
Happy Gilmore, Phenomenon, A Time to Kill, one of the classics, Gone with the Wind, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Goldeneye, another 007 movie, Mallrats, Shattered, Mississippi Burning, Train Spotting, Beautiful Girls, and Jack.
That's right. Remember, cable channel 13, there is great movies on all the time. That's from 7 to 11 on weeknights. Roth for 3. No good, short.
Still got the lead, 72-52 with 11:38 to go in the second half.
Central just trying to get a shot off now, but BB's defense is really tough.
Sure now. Nice job by Wilson pulling down the rebound.
Jeff Wilson from 14, no good. Jamie Wilson the tip, no good. BB's gone, hasn't been able to hit on the offensive end, but their defense is still playing tough. The double team inside.
See Nick Dentlinger sitting at the scores table. He's about ready to check back in. Right about, like we said, about 10-minute mark probably. He's got to be careful out there.
Shot clock down to 12. And Jeff Wilson with the steal. Foul's going to be on 42, Ullman. Jamie Wilson will not head to the line. We're not in the 1-and-1 yet.
Both Wilsons are going to take a breather, Jamie and Jeff. And we saw Dentlinger and Brian Fisher both come in.
The first time Fisher's seen action in the second half. Dentlinger re-enters with 22 points so far, and that's been spent about, what, 8 minutes on the bench now. Dentlinger for 3, no good. So Central takes it. We're at just about the halfway point, 10 left to go in the game. BB still with a 20-point lead. Ullman with the turnaround over Fisher.
Inside to Fisher. Fisher taking on 3 guys. It's going to stay on BV's end. From the sideline, Coach Van Haften calls all the inbounds plays. Bloom always checks over there and sees which one he wants him to run.
Beavers have a fresh 35 to work with. And Fisher is fouled by Ullman. Make it Jeff Whedon.
As we look at Central's roster, I see 2 players from Wyoming. One's from Casper and one's from Cody, so that's a nice job of recruiting. They must have a person that goes out to Wyoming and does a little spot recruiting for Central.
Maybe have a contact out there or something. Bjorken pulls up and hits it. Bjorken hits a 15-footer.
If you look at BV's roster, there's only 1 non-Iowa player. That's Brad Nelson. He's from Blooming Prairie, Minnesota.
Douglas set to check back in for BV. They give Bloom a rest. .9:27 to go in this one. BB can clinch the title outright for the first time since 1976 with a W here tonight.
1976 was the year I was born, so that was quite a while ago.
It's been a long time in coming for the blue and gold. Fisher with a turnaround hook. The crowd loves that one. Fisher has got that real soft touch underneath. He's got the soft hands. Reminds me a lot of like Victor Alexander, if you remember, from Iowa State. He played a few years back.
Nice job with Douglas avoiding contact there.
Dentlinger from deep, no good. Good rebound by Central. The Dutchman down by 18.
Neither team's put a lot of points on the board in the last couple minutes. Pretty much each team's going dry.
Tucker, no good. Rebound, Ullman, got it.
Cuts the lead down to 16. I think that's the closest Central's been in, I think in the second half.
I think you're right. It was a 19-point lead in the locker room. BB's going to throw it away. Nice hustle by Dentlinger. It's going to be over and back, though. Fans claiming that the Central player touched it.
Good hustle by Nick to try to save that one, but to no avail. It's going to be Central's ball.
Central might need a couple of three-pointers here to get into it. They've only hit one this game. There's one, no good. Bjorken, he's got a 3-on-2. Pulls up at 15. Got it! Nate Bjorken! And he knew that one right away. Pulled up on the fast break and hit it. Bjorken's got 4 this half. Double team down low. Nice shot by Frazel. Excuse me, Cucker. It's going to be BB's ball.
Good call by the officials.
Landon Roth to inbounds, right in front of the bench. And Central fouls Bjorken. That will put BB into the 1-and-1.
I think that foul's gonna be a Brian Fisher.
Oh, they call him away from the ball foul on Fisher, so Central's gonna be shooting a 1-and-1. Schmalbeck and Wilson check in for Nate Bjorken and Brian Fisher. Denlinger, the baseball pass ahead to Schmalbeck. Schmalbeck got it.
Nice job. That's what happens when we play all year with each other. You know things like that are going to happen. There's a guy that's going to release.
Heads up play. Give credit. Nick Denlinger has the presence of mind to look down court and see his teammate Schmalbeck.
And also make a good pass. That's a tough pass down court. Oh, they're going to get Schmalbeck. You can hear the skin slap on that one.
Jeff Whedon will be shooting 2. Tonight's telecast is copyrighted by Innovation Video and Buena Vista University. Any rebroadcast of this telecast without the expressed written consent of Buena Vista University and Innovation Video is strictly prohibited. Cross-court pass to Schmalbeck. Douglas from deep. Douglas for 3.
Sends the score 83-63. That puts the 20-point lead back into place.
And Brad Douglas now has 11 points this half. And possibly his last 20 minutes as a basketball player here at the Fieldhouse. And the answer. Dillinger for 3. Answers Douglas's. Out of bounds, Central will get it back. Excuse me, BV will get it back.
Got 6:02 left to go, second half. I think what they're gonna say is that hit the inbounds line, and so actually then that's a turnover and goes back to Central. On that bounce pass, you have to be careful they get on the other side of the line.
Central's down by 17, and they got 5:55 to work with it. But the BB defense is just relentless. You're not going to let them get off a good look at the basket, Brent. There's a nice baseline shot.
It's always a given. As soon as you say something like that, it's got to happen. Then. I agree with you. Pretty much on that line there, Central's not had an easy shot at the basket.
On that play, they set the pick on Douglas, and Douglas just, all he could do is throw up a hand in his face, trying to get back. Douglas for another 3, no, way off.
Gonna be just a little short on that one.
Maybe too anxious to shoot the 3 as they look at him.
Well, there's not too much more that can happen to him. I think we're gonna see a timeout here.
We have a timeout on the floor. The score is 83-68 with 5:24 to go. Let's send it downstairs to our floor reporter, Ryan Harder. Ryan.
earlier in the broadcast, I posed the question of what kind of wood the gym floor is made here in the Stevens Fieldhouse, and after some researching, I found out that the floor is indeed made of northern hard maple. So now that that question is answered, I guess the next question would be, what brand of varnish do they use? Back to you, Scott.
All right, thanks a lot, Ryan.
Never a dull moment with Ryan in the house. Well, thanks for that information, Ryan. That's very useful, you know.
Well, whatever kind of wood what was that, Ryan?
Northern
maple. Northern maple hardwood. Whatever kind of wood it is, it's sure been friendly to the Beavers this year at home, as both the men and the women look like will sweep the regular season here at Stevens Fieldhouse. And I don't believe that's ever been done before. We'll have to check out with our SID Meisner to see if that's ever happened, but I would doubt it, Brent. That's remarkable.
I think that shows a pretty impressive record. I mean, that's like when we said way at the beginning of the season, if you want to win the conference, you got to win all your home games. And BB has done exactly that.
Douglas fakes a three and pulls up. He hit it. There he got his mid-range now. Brad Douglas is starting to feel it. He's got 13 in the second half.
I think Douglas and number 13, Chris Fullman, I think are probably know each other because they were talking on the way back down the court. So
Douglas has been known to talk during games, especially when he's feeling it. Dentlinger comes up with a steal, and we have about a 4-on-3 here. Ahead to Bloom for the lay-in, no good. Rebound Wilson, no good. Offensive foul, and who are they gonna get on the offensive foul?
Crowd seems to disagree just a hair on that one, but that's all right. Not everybody has to agree with the same thing, I guess. All right, crowd really doesn't like that one, but what the heck.
It's going to be Killinger on the line for Central. And Craig Brightwell's going to check in here for the Beavers. Craig Brightwell sees his first action. Freshman from Arcadia at 6'6".
Back to action, BB with a 15-point lead. 85-70 with 4:21 left to go in the second half.
They get the ball. And Brightwell has not seen too much action here that I've seen this year on the varsity level. The JV wrapped up their season on Tuesday at Simpson. He's a major player for the JV, and they're going to call a charge. That's probably a good call there. Charge on Douglas, and he was flying into the lane, and his man was set. Killinger had position that time. Jason Page doesn't agree with it down on the bench, I see, but
right now we got 10 fouls on the BB team, so it's going to be an automatic double bonus, which means you get 2 shots instead of at the 7 mark where you see the 1 and 1. So from here on out, Central will definitely have 2 shots at the free throw.
And as we look at Brent, at some players that Central might want to foul for BV. The BB's weakest free throw shooter, who is the starter, would be Jamie Wilson. Jamie's a 59% free throw shooter and doesn't go to the line that often. He would probably be the person that I would foul if he were Central.
So it's going to be BB ball. 4:06 to go in the second half. Well, tonight with this win, like we talked about so many times, it's going to be the conference for BB. Like I said, nothing would be better than to do it right here, winning at home instead of when you were on the road. Maybe it's not quite as special.
Douglas for 3, no good.
I don't think Douglas has not taken the last.
Douglas is taking the last 6 shots.
Up the ball.
He's got quite a few shots here in the second half.
I suppose the coach can't really say or do much. There's only a couple minutes left in the regular season, so.
I think if he had a scouting report on Brad Douglas, he'd say he's a scorer, and he's got a scorer's mentality.
Willing to shoot. I think if you're given the ball again right now, you do it.
Bloom hits it near baseline.
Makes it 87-72.
Turnover. Ball goes to BV. 87-72. BV will the men are going to outscore the women here. which doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, we haven't seen that too much this season with our women's high-powered offense.
We have a chance to pull off 100 points here. 13 more to go to the century mark with 3:10 to go.
It's always a big milestone to hit. For some reason, no matter what, it's hard to get those last. Once you break 90, it's always.
Douglas is going to try his best here. No good. He keeps putting them up. And Killinger down low gets it. Makes it a 15-point game.
I think this would be a good time to thank everybody in Innovation Video, all the people that helped make it happen, all the way for the people in Loggy inside who don't get much of the credit, or you don't get to see them, to all the camera people that are here, reporters, and everybody that helps out getting this game produced. All the support we get from the professors, and a lot of help they do. I put in a lot of extra hours.
Thanks to all the coaches for the coaches interviews all season long. It really helped us out. And this will be the last broadcast for Innovation Sports for the 1996-97 season, and we've done the most games I think ever broadcast by Innovation Video, and I think it's probably been the best quality broadcast we've seen in since we started this station 12 years ago, and that's a real credit to the people, the talented people we have working back in Loggy and here in the gym tonight.
A lot of people to thank, all from statisticians to all the players that we interview, all the coaches. It takes a lot of work to get all this set up.
And it makes it a lot funner too when you have two teams like this that are going to win the conference championship. Your football team has a revival year. They go 5-5 with a new coach. So that makes it a lot funner. And I've had the best seat in the house, and I'm glad I could share it with you guys this year. Along with Brent, you did the color with me for, I would say, about 80% of the games.
Thank you, Scott. Another great year of Innovation Video. I think this ends Innovation Video's productions as far as sports-wise. I don't think that we produce anything in the spring. We'll have to try to get you guys out on the golf course or the baseball field or softball field.
Wilson hits a pair, and Bjorken is checked back in. Brightwell's still in there, along with Schmalbeck, Bloom, and Wilson. So Coach Van Haften going to 2 point guards now, late in the game. Wilson's got a fast break. He might take it himself. Oh, nice. Tries a fancy pass to Brightwell behind the back. They're going to have a little bit of fun here in this last minute.
I'm glad to see Central not fouling or calling timeout. Sometimes, I mean, even though, I mean, they're only down by 14, I mean, realistically, I suppose it could come back, but.
And that's one thing is you see the team playing here in the last minute. This really reflects, Brightwell pulls up for three, no good. He can hit that shot even though he's a 6'6" player. He's got a good outside shot.
Got 58 seconds left to go in the second half.
And we have a tie ball. It's going to go back to BB. The crowd chanting conference champs. And Coach Van Haften is going to empty the bench here at the next timeout. And a huge round of applause.
Standing ovation for our BB starters and the people I see a lot of time.
So BB is going to complete the conference championship, going from a 6th or 7th place finish in the conference last year to a 1st place finish this year. Remarkable turnaround. Unquestionably, Coach Van Haften will be named the Coach of the Year when it's all said and done with. And it's remarkable that we have basically the same team back from last year. Central's going to have a chance for a 3-point play, but with the exception of Jason Evers and Mark Fieldmeyer, Jason Evers, we lost an All-American, and who would have thought that we would have been better this year, let alone.
I think that had a lot to do with a couple years ago when they started doing a lot of the rebuilding. We saw my freshman year I was coming in. This is when Aaron Bloom came in. And now I can't. Nate Denlinger came in. They were all freshmen. Brian Schmalbeck. They saw a lot of playing time. Nate wasn't around my freshman year, but those guys saw a lot of playing time. Last year, then they built it off that. When you saw Nate, I think transferred in and got a lot of experience, started getting up. So then this third year had to produce something really special, and it did. So they were just waiting.
And they've continued to roll without their shooting guard, O.J. Freilich, who got injured. It was there's probably a lot of people in the conference question whether BB could continue to win without their outside sharpshooter Freilich, but they found a way to win, and I guess that's been the key to this team all year. They find ways to win, and basically it all starts with their man-to-man defense, and it's really hard for teams to do anything when BB puts their mind to playing great defense.
Yeah, just imagine if they had Freilich in there right now, how much more. I mean, I'm assuming they'd be more powerful yet. So
I would not, if I was a team in the playoffs, I would not want to run into BB because this is a very dangerous team capable of winning anytime. But they're going to have to learn to play better on the road because they probably won't draw a home game in the first round.
I think we're going to travel on that one. Took too many little baby steps there. We got 28 seconds left to go. It's 90-77 in the second half.
Okay, the lineups for you now is going to be Tom Harskamp, Craig Brightwell, Nelson, both the Nelsons, and Jay Westendorf. Seconds to go, and this one's in the books. It's all over. BV has clinched the first conference championship since 1976.
Congratulations to this BV squad for performing, coming on the start of the season, setting goals to win the conference, and then achieving those goals.
And completes an undefeated season at home.
Right now, that gives them a mark in the conference of 12-3. And like we said, they automatically win the conference. So
the fans go out on the floor to meet the players, and it's a 90-81 victory, BV over Central. And we'll wrap up the regular season tomorrow night at Luther. Stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll try to have an interview with Coach Brian Van Hatten on this great victory here tonight that clinched the conference championship. So we'll be back right after these messages. You're watching Innovation Video Sports.
Someone once said, we all come into this world alone, and we leave the same way. But in between, we have the chance to connect and help each other, to find ways you can do something to connect with the people in your community, called La Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.
Okay, this is a jubilant scene here at Stevens Fieldhouse. The men have just wrapped up the conference title. Let's take a look at the highlights of the game.
I think first off, we're going to look at the player of the game.
And it's got to be senior Brad Douglas.
Excellent performance. He's playing in this last game here at Stevens Fieldhouse. He lit it up in the second half, hitting some threes, some twos, you name it. You got to give it to Brad Douglas.
He is our player of the game in his final home game here as a senior.
Excellent career. Excellent career. Like you said, last year had a little difficulties, as Coach Van Hatten said, injuries, caught a cold, actually pneumonia, and so he had a rough junior season, but really came back to senior season.
And our Honeykiss Pizza off the bench contributor award goes to the freshman, Landon Roth. Landon Roth scored 10 points in the first half and did a great job inside, getting rebounds on the offensive glass. And
really sparked them in the first half, like you said, getting those rebounds. He was playing in the land of the big guys, and he was not afraid to bounce in there and get the ball. So nice job, Landon Roth, coming off the bench.
Right now, we're going to take a look at the first half highlights. Here we go. Central got off to these are actually second half highlights.
Central got off to a quick start, but here we see Smallback hitting the three.
Brandon Hodge was able to he kept them in the game basically in the second half right away. There's Smallback for 3.
Matt Jansen getting injured right there.
That was
play.
Jansen's injury, and we'll have to await word on Jansen. Hopefully he can play tomorrow night.
Dentlinger bombing the 3, I think it was. Or maybe Bloom. Here's Douglas from 3.
Yeah, Douglas, but he put up a lot of shots, and he scored like 13 points in the second half.
That shot was unbelievable. But Douglas is a shooting machine in the second half.
How can we not give him the player game when that shot went down?
Here we see Central tipping it back in.
Bjorn could pulled up on that one.
Nice 15-footer. And that was it for the highlights. Once again, BB coming away with the win over Central.
And right now we're going to go to our interview with track coach Keith Schmidt while we're waiting for Coach Van Haften to come out and interview him. The track team took about 10 players down to Ames this evening for a big meet. So Coach Schmidt, take it away.
Everybody, and I'm talking with Coach Keith Schmidt, the track and field coach here at BVU. Coach Schmidt, last weekend on Saturday, your team traveled to the Luther Invitational, and this was a very important meet for qualifying for the indoor portion of the track season. And you did have Melanie Ewell qualify in both the 55 meters and the long jump, I believe, and you have a lot of people who are very close at getting to that point.
Right. It was a good meet for us. It was basically the end of the indoor season for the majority of the people on our team. Unfortunately, the indoor ends about the time people start getting into conditioned, and so it's tough for those people that are not quite at the national qualifying level. But we did have several people that came very, very close to qualifying. They've got one more opportunity this next weekend, but Melanie had a great weekend in both the 55 and the long jump. Brian White did a great job in the 1,500 meters, is very close to that. He ran a lifetime best time for him. Scott Herman was very close in the long jump. We had a freshman, Lori Fickbaum, in the 800 meters. It was very close. And then Lance Hall for the 55 meters, as far as the men is concerned, had a great meet as well.
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of people having PRs over at Luther, which is good to see as we get moving more toward the outdoor season, I guess. And next weekend, actually on Friday, those people that were really close to qualifying will get one last shot, and that's at Iowa State. And that's the last meet, I guess.
Right. It's the last weekend that you can qualify for the indoor national meet. And the Iowa State meet is a national qualifying meet. It's set up on a great facility, a 300-meter, 8-lane track. They'll have teams from basically all over the country. I mean, there's been teams from Arizona, California. Villanova has come out there before to run some relay teams and things like that. So there's some great competition in every event. And so it obviously doesn't give an opportunity for everybody on your team simply because of the caliber of the competition. But it does give a great opportunity for those people that are close to the standard on a bigger track against some better competition, allow them to rest up for that particular contest, and hopefully good things will happen.
And you're sending about 10 people or so to that meet?
Right. We'll send 10 or 12 athletes. You know, those people that we think either have a legitimate chance of qualifying or a legitimate chance of maybe breaking a school record, but can compete at that particular level. And so we don't want to put them in a position where you know, they simply can't compete, because if you're running against University of Illinois or Michigan or someone like that, you want to be at your best.
Okay, and then looking ahead past that, again, we mentioned Melanie Ewell qualified in the 55 and the long jump.
Right.
And that meet will be held next Friday and Saturday in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Correct. The indoor national meet is rotated basically around the country. This year it happens to be both indoors and outdoors in Wisconsin. And Melanie was an All-American last year outdoors. In the long jump was a national qualifier indoors in that event as well. And so she knows what you know, the national meet is all about, and hopefully, you know, she'll have a good performance.
Okay, Coach Schmidt, thanks for stopping by, and you know, good luck to your teams, those 10 people or 12 that are going to go on Friday, and hopefully good luck to you as we go on the outdoor season.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, we'll be back after this.
I'm here with Coach Van Haften after tonight's 90-81 win over Central. Coach, congratulations! This puts you unbeaten here at home.
Yeah, that was one of the goals we had set for ourselves this year. Not very often do you accomplish all the goals we've set, but yeah, we got every game won at home, and we got the conference win outright, and I'm just really proud of the effort our guys put forth tonight and all year.
Yes, we're getting toward the end of just a fantastic season here. And like you said, your team is at the very top of the conference. Looks like you might go far even beyond that. What do you think of this spectacular season?
Well, You know, I think within our team, we really felt like this is something we could do. And, you know, I don't think you accomplish these goals if you go through a year and just don't think you can do it. So we've really felt like within our team, within our inner circle, that we could accomplish what we did this year. And it just really feels really good right now because everyone has contributed in a positive manner. You know, we've just done the things it takes to win. We've been very solid defensively, and these guys have an overwhelming will to win. And that's really, you know, what it's all about right there.
Okay. Now, during the second half, Matt Jansen was injured. Are you aware of his status?
I'm not completely aware of his status, but concerned. He's the guy that posts up probably as well as anybody for us right now, and so I'm concerned. I think, though, he's going to be okay. And if he can't go tomorrow night, he'll at least be able to go on Thursday in our playoff game. But I'm assuming that he's going to be able to go tomorrow.
Okay, well, we'll hope for the best. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Back to you.
Okay, so Coach Van Haften not knowing the status of Matt Jansen's injury. Let's take a look at the final stats here, Brent. The rebounding, Central out-rebounded BV, but it wasn't really a factor because BV shot about 50% from field goal range. And whenever they shoot 50%, it's almost a guarantee that BV can win, I think.
I think the big factor you see right there is turnovers. Central's got 21 turnovers compared to BV's 9. Right there, that just gives you a lot more offensive opportunities and a lot more chances to put points on the board. Fouls, even, 19 and 19. Free throws, pretty much even once again, except for Central didn't get on line as quite as many times. And rebounds, we see BV actually did not get as many rebounds as Central. Central had a couple more big players in there, and I think that had something to do with Matt Jansen not playing in the second half. So, and Nick Dentlinger also being out for most of the second half due to foul trouble.
And Nick Dentlinger was the leading scorer of the game. He had 22 points, I believe, unofficially. And as Coach Van Haften mentioned, the Beavers will play in the playoffs Thursday night. And right now, projections have them playing Nebraska Wesleyan on the road at Lincoln. That's going to about wrap it up here for tonight and for the season at Innovation Video Sports. Again, it's been a great season, probably our best yet, and thank you to everybody that's helped out. And both the men and the women go undefeated at home this season. So for Brent Johnson, Ryan Harder, and everybody here at Innovation Video Sport,